guys, so we're out here at the Avondale Estates Tiny House Festival put on by the MICROLIFE Institute. We're just outside of Atlanta, Georgia, and we're out here touring some tiny houses that you see behind me here. Right now I'm actually standing on top of a rooftop skoolie, the rooftop deck of a skoolie, and really enjoying this festival right now. We're gonna go tour some tiny houses. We just heard Will from the MICROLIFE Institute give a little talk, so I'm gonna bring you along what it's like visiting a tiny house festival. So let's go check it out. What do you think of this one?
I love it.
That's so nice. So this is a 1988 diesel shorty school bus. They did a really good job of converting this one. Of the inside, we have a little, it's kind of like a futon. It actually does open up. It's like a full-size bed. We have a little desk on this side with a TV on this side, a little sink, a little, I'm gonna say mini fridge, but it's almost like somewhere between a mini fridge and an apartment-sized fridge. Some storage over here, and then seating for 2 people, and then the toilet. That's it. Really love this one.
So my house is now 480 square feet. So it's kind of teetering on. It's not a tiny house anymore. So depending on who you talk to, tiny houses are less than 400 square feet or 500 square feet, depending on who you talk to. I will share that I had a woman who was very upset that I added on to my house and that I no longer should be able to talk about tiny houses. And I ended up having to block said woman because she was really angry. She told me that I shouldn't be able to talk about tiny houses anymore, that I had been speaking for so long about sustainability in small spaces, and then I added on, and she went on and on and on. And so I tried to reason with her to say, well, I'm 480 square feet, so like these 80 square feet, I still kind of in the tiny house, but she wasn't hearing it, so she eventually had to get blocked. But the other day, I was vacuuming my house, and I plugged in one spot, and I was able to vacuum my entire house without unplugging and finding a new location. So I said, I live in a tiny house, and I really wanted to go unblock that lady and tell her.
But what is the sort of the intermediate step? Where's that missing middle for retirees, seniors, or just anyone who wants to downsize? How do they get there more affordably, but also try to stay within their own neighborhood? This is why I think the pocket neighborhood idea has the potential to really address that aging in place, because the ideal paradigm is that a senior would be able to sell their home, hopefully while its property values are going up, make a decent profit on that home, and then be able to downsize into a home for cheaper, have some money left over, maybe give it to the kids, whatever. But have some money to actually go out and enjoy life. And I'll never forget the ARC folks. Years ago they were saying, the next 20 years of retirees don't want to do bingo and shuffleboard. They want to walk, bike. They want to get out and they want to be active. They want to skydive. They want to, do art studios. And so we have to create these place-making opportunities, and in a lot of ways, sort of retrofit our suburban environment. To allow for those individuals in particular to stay nearby where they want to stay. Accessory dwelling units, another good solution for aging in place. I know several friends and acquaintances in the city of Atlanta in particular who they've taken their larger home and they have built an accessory dwelling unit like in the side lot or in the back, and they have moved into their accessory dwelling unit and now they're renting out their home. Or in some cases, as Kim mentioned in the Atlanta zoning rewrite proposal, you could actually sort of subdivide that lot. And you can live in the tiny house lot, the accessory dwelling unit lot, and you can sell the big house. And so you're literally staying in your neighborhood, literally just, the lot's just been divided, and you've been able to address whether there's displacement or gentrification issues. But also for some of our legacy homeowners, it allows them to tap into what is the generational wealth building that a lot of certain demographics have taken advantage of. Let's be honest. White families have generated tremendous wealth over generations because of home ownership opportunities. And so when we talk about housing equity and housing access, we need to look at communities that have been historically marginalized or discriminated against. And Richard Rothstein, The Color of Law, is a really great book to really give you sort of a true scope of the discrimination that our own governments, Atlanta, DeKalb, the federal government, the state governments, that literally said black families can only live here and white families can live here. And it put a complete stop for generational wealth building. Well, through some of these housing options, we can allow those marginalized communities to actually activate their land that they own and put it into generational wealth building and increase the value of that.
Alright guys, so we just came back home from the Tiny House Festival. We had a great time out there at Avondale Estates. We got to tour several tiny houses on wheels, some from the Hummingbird tiny houses out in Georgia. We got to tour a concept tiny house by the MICROLIFE Institute. We actually even went to go see the cottages on Bond Street. That is that pocket community project by the MICROLIFE Institute. Super, super cool project. I will leave their link in the description below so you guys can check that out. Basically, they built 8 cottages right in the heart of Clarkston, Georgia, which is a suburb of Atlanta here in Georgia. And just a really cool concept and project that they were able to bring to life and really kind of create a blueprint for more of us to use that and leverage that experience and that concept to take that to our city councils and push for higher density housing, to be able to bring tiny houses into our communities, into our cities, and just a really, really great project, and just really happy to be out here and supporting their Tiny House Festival. We had a flat tire right at the end of the festival as we were leaving. It was a pain in the butt, but we got it figured out. So we just got back home and we're going to a brewery because we are in much need of a beer or two. But I will catch you guys in the next one and hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you in the next one.